testing some of the settings. I am running Ethernet all the way from my router out to my front porch, and hooked it into my laptop, and then my laptop is connected to my camera, which is behind me here. You can see it on the tripod up here at the top, and then that's my camera's view that's pointed at the moon there. And my neighbors decided it's a good time to mow his lawn, 9 o'clock at night on a Thursday. I don't know why, but there you have it. Hi.
Training your camera at the moon?
Yeah, and I'm streaming, so they can see here, and then I have the microphone here.
And how good does that look?
How good does it look?
Yeah, I can't tell.
Well, you can fold the screen back towards yourself if you want to see it. Try not to step on stuff.
It just looks like a globe.
Yeah, it's looking okay. I don't have... I'm streaming! Maybe take the cat and yourself and go inside.
Just got the camera.
Hey, Sarah, and Pacific, and Zwei, and Little Chook, and Open Set. Yeah, I'm doing a little night stream from my front yard, and I got my camera pointed up at the moon, and then you're seeing my camera's view, and yeah, the moon's moving. It turns out that it rotates around Earth, and if I don't fix it, it'll eventually come out of the field of view. So yeah, it's okay. It's right there. It's the camera, and I can go fix it. Yeah, and I got some news for you.
And we have a neighbor mowing at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I already pointed out I've got a neighbor mowing their lawn at 9 o'clock at night. Also, it was a little hot today, so I guess I understand. And I'm going to fix it. But I've got some news about this, which is that that's not actually the full power of my camera. I've got this teleconverter right here, and it'll double the size of that image. And I just am going to switch it out here in a second. So you'll be able to see the moon about twice that size. It should take up almost the entire field of view. I just thought I would see how it looked with the camera without the teleconverter. So that's a 800 millimeter shot, and I'm gonna toss on the teleconverter, and we'll be looking at it at a 1600 millimeter shot. Let me go fix the field of view here. So, to give you some idea of what my camera can do, here, I'll see if I can zoom in for you. Somewhere in there. That's kind of what it looks like zoomed in at the minimum magnification that my camera will do. Let me show you what I can do when I zoom in for real. that's my optical zoom, maxed out right there. Sorry, it's a little shaky. I'm trying to hold it still with my bare hands, and I'm looking backwards at the screen. Of course, it's a lot harder to keep in the field of view when it's that big, because it, relatively speaking, moves a lot more. But sorry. We can tell the people on the moon to wave. I don't have any way for them to hear us. But, I mean, if they move around, we might be able to see them. Yeah, that's a great idea. OpenSet, you could put your phone under the microscope, and then you could have the moon under a microscope. That would be great. All right, you guys ready for me to make that image twice as big? Because I got to take my camera lens off in order to do that. Give me a second. Here we go. That's at 1600 millimeter image right there. That's the max my camera can handle. And then I could do the optical zoom if we wanted to. If you want to get a good look at that Death Star. Yeah, neighbor's still mowing. I think that's a pretty good looking image of the moon, though. The good news is I could also dig out my 10-inch telescope and put my camera on that, and we could actually stream through the telescope if I felt like it. Maybe for another night when it's a little cloudy still. So there's kind of a haze up there around the moon, and maybe when the moon is full, we can do a shot where you can see through the telescope what it looks like. Of course, with the telescope, you won't be able to see even the whole moon in the field of view. We'll just have to look at part of it, and probably not in a way that's easily, arranged. So we'd have to look at like the top part or the bottom part. And then I'd need to set up the telescope, so that's a little bit more work than just plugging my camera in. But say hello to Luna. It's pretty cool. It's not even completely dark out yet here. You can see from my... Hey, Del. I can't really reach my computer to give shout outs very well, but like all my moderators are here in the channel and my MVPs and everybody else, so yeah, you can see her crawling across the sky, and you can see there's a little bit of the what they call, what is that, earth glow or whatever. It's like the sun reflecting off of the earth, which sort of lights the backside of the moon a little bit. And yeah, there you go. Give each other shout outs. Give OpenSet and Little Chook and Mrs. J. Give them all shout outs. And there's Commander Shafard. Get him a shout out as well. So I've been talking about doing a little moon stream for a while, and just doing a little bit of, some images from my camera. Just so that we're clear, that's not a telescope I'm looking through. That's just my camera. That's at the maximum zoom on my camera, and it's just like a wall of shout outs because everybody here is You're almost done? Okay, thanks, Del. Yeah, you know, it's nighttime. It's a great time to mow your lawn. I weirdly do mine in the daytime when people aren't trying to sleep or whatever. But I know those people. They're normally okay, so I don't know. Maybe they just can't get time off in the daytime to take some mowing. You can't quite see what's going on here in the front yard, but Sylvia's got a inflatable swimming pool over there behind me, so it's a little, that's that blue stuff back there. That's just a little edge of a shout out to the lawnmowers. Okay. Yeah, Shirna knows who I am. Let me fix the moon here. And, or rather my camera. I can't really fix the moon, but I'll give it a shot. There's a bit of a delay, and so I can't really see what it zooms on until after a little bit of time. Also, just standing on the sidewalk here is enough to cause the camera to kind of move around a little bit. So you can get a little bit of the detail of the moon up there. Hey, you can start to see some of those craters. Hey Mage, thanks for the subscription. Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, I'm not even moving, and the sidewalk is kind of amplified, but you'll note that my tripod is a six foot tall tripod because I do not like to squat down while I'm trying to take pictures. And yeah, we've got a really good earthquake detection if it wasn't like people driving by in the middle of the night here. But it's doing okay. I feel like, you know, for super zoomed in camera on a really tall tripod sitting on my sidewalk. When I first got my camera, my sister has the same camera, and she was posting pictures of the moon from her camera, and I was like, seriously, you're able to see that detail from your camera? You don't need a telescope or anything? And the answer is you don't. This is 1600 millimeter shot, as I mentioned, and well, the equivalent of it, and you do not need a telescope in order to see the moon's surface. Of course, if you have one, you can see it a lot better, but we're working our way over to the dark side there, so I'm gonna go bump the sensor over a bit. The nice part is once it's in focus, because I've got a manual focus, and the moon more or less is going to stay the same distance from planet Earth. So that's a positive. it means that I just had to focus it once, and then everything kind of stays in focus. Sorry about that wobble. It takes a while for the sidewalk to stop vibrating. And, yeah, if there's a lunar eclipse coming, I'm probably going to take some pictures of it. But I just wanted to give it a try and see what I could do from my camera and stream. Also, we have like a double router system in our house, and I had to take the umbilical cord here from the closer router and see if I could run it all the way to the front porch, and it turns out I can. So the nice part about it is you're coming through Ethernet, not Wi-Fi, and I think actually my Wi-Fi signal was pretty strong right here. But yeah, there's two routers. It's got the like a booster router or whatever. So one sort of bounces it to the other, and then I can use the Ethernet basically coming out of that. So I've got a nice strong stream, which is good. It's sort of like a mesh Wi-Fi, yeah. It's just two though. It's not like a full mesh bill. So, bit of a glow until it gets kind of in the center of the field of view there, so it should straighten itself out once we have a it's the way it came out of the box. It's actually designed that way, Bill. So it's meant to give us a full coverage of the house. So I'm not a router expert. I study diatoms, so and sometimes birds and bugs and sometimes the moon if it's out. So it's a little hazy out here. A slight cloudiness in the sky. So yeah, slightly cloudy. So that glow that you're seeing around the moon there is actually just the atmosphere's got a little bit of a moisture between us and it, and it's super humid right now as well. So now the mosquitoes are coming after me. But not bad. Not a bad view of the moon from my camera. And like I said, next time maybe I'll try to hook up my actual telescope, or the university's. And it's a bird photobombing my shot. And my neighbors managed to continue to mow their lawn through the whole stream, which I think is amazing. Kudos to them for mowing in the dark. It is actually now kind of dark, and can't quite see stars, but the moon's clear. Yeah, there's no mosquitoes on the moon. So they don't have any sort of like flashlight system on their lawnmower, so I guess I hope they don't hit anything important in the yard. But really, I'm just testing out my camera on the tripod in the front yard, pointed up at the sky to see how the image turned out, and I think this is pretty good. As it's starting to get a little bit darker, and I had my camera, the brightness turned down a little bit so that it looked a little bit darker so you could see the moon clearly. And I probably should go turn it back up. So give me a second and I'll see if I can fix that. See my neighbors driving by. They're probably like, what's this guy doing with his camera out again? Maybe a little too bright. So that's kind of fun. The mowing's finally stopped, so I feel like maybe I should end the stream soon. Oh, there, it started back up, so I guess we have a few more minutes. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, also the camera battery light's going on, so now people can start telling me, your battery, hey, your phone battery, your camera battery. Pretty neat. Okay. It was really just meant to be a short little stream, so 22 minutes is pretty nice. Yeah, Sylvia, it's live. That's me in the front, and that's my camera behind me on a tripod, and that's the moon up there in the sky, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let me go fix it, because the neighbor's still mowing their lawn, so I've got at least a couple more minutes. I've got to stream through their lawn mowing. Oh yeah, there you go. So hopefully it's clear that this is live. I mean, you saw me up there messing with it, right? So I don't know. I could hold up a newspaper for today if I had a newspaper, but I don't believe in newspapers. So I mean, I believe they exist. I just don't believe in using them. So. I know. Hot take on newspapers. I could hold up my phone with something that happened today on the screen, I guess, if you wanted. I don't know how else you prove it. I'm inspiring you to want to get out a telescope, Bill, with my moon. It's pretty cloudy here. Also, the mosquitoes are starting to get at me. So I'm gonna smack a couple of them. Yeah, I know, Nomad. I got another battery in case something goes horribly wrong, but we probably have at least yelling at the neighbors would prove it. I know those people, and my kid plays with their kids, so probably I shouldn't be yelling at them. I don't think they know that I stream on Twitch, so I feel like I don't need to warn them that their lawn mowing was part of my stream, but it really ruined the ambiance of the birds and whatnot that was going to happen. Can I make it brighter? Isn't it bright enough for you? I can definitely make it brighter. Hang on. Like that? Or do you want it to be like there's a helicopter up there in the sky looking at us? Because I could probably make it super bright if you want. Turns out I have total control over the exposure time. Yeah, it's a nice camera. Um, it's the same one that I use to stream through my microscope and also to stream birds. So I think maybe he's done. It is 9:30 and completely dark. And this is good for you? Am I exposed? Nope, somebody's doing something over there. I guess maybe they got the weed whacker too. You gotta trim. I mean, you can't just mow it at the middle of the night. um, you know, it's important that you get all the yard work done in at nighttime. You've been looking at DSLRs, but you can't justify plunking down $3 to $5 grand. Well, this camera only costs. Well, this is the Mark III. The Mark III costs $1,700, and that's for the body. Yeah, the neighbors got their lawnmower out again, I guess, on the backyard now. Because, I mean, you got to get the backyard too, right? Yeah, it's a pretty good DSLR. Well, mine's a Micro Four Thirds. It's not a DSLR. Mine's a mirrorless. But, right, Supermoon is coming. Yeah, it moves. My camera's not moving, so it's trying to escape. I'll fix it. I'll move us back. The Oh, did I get any good footage of the comet? No. I mean, I got a picture of it, but my sister's a professional photographer, and she really did a great job with getting it. And I felt like, it looks the same, you know. Well, the image is sharp because it's in focus. And then it's running HDMI out of my camera straight in 4K to the OBS. So OBS is making it look like garbage. Trust me, it looks better on my camera than it does on your stream. But not so bad for a stream. You don't like it as bright now? You want it to be a little bit darker? Yeah, it sort of changes as it moves across, so it'll be a little bit darker and a little bit brighter, you know, depending on how much of it's being filtered by the camera sensor. So, you think it's too bright now? I think it looks okay where it is, but maybe a little bright. Hey, Astro Canuck. Yeah, I'm not using a telescope though. I'm just using my my camera. Hang on a second. I can make it a little more obvious what's going on up there. Oh, maybe not. Is it not making enough light for you, is it? But if I get up real close, you can see the lens in the camera. It's not a telescope. Just my camera on a tripod. So pretty nice for just a camera with no telescope. I mean, it's probably equivalent to the image you would get with an 8-inch telescope, maybe. I don't know how telescopes work. No, there's no zoom on it right now. That's actually straight out of the camera. Do you want to see it zoomed? Because I have an optical zoom. I mean, the lens is a zoom lens, but it's maxed out. It's at 1600 millimeters right now. But if I put on the optical zoom, you can see all kinds of detail. If you want me to do that, I can. I had it on there earlier. No, it's not a tripod that has a what do they call those? Tracking mounts or hemispherical mounts or whatever. It's just a normal tripod. I have a star tracker that I use, but yeah, I know. But the the thing is, I have a star tracker, and I just use that really when I want to use for stars. The moon and the stars don't work the same way though, so you can't just use your star tracker with a, you know, with the moon, right? Okay. What do you want? Oh, you want me to zoom in? Hang on, I'll give you a little zoomed version of it. Because my camera actually has 14 times the magnification of what you're seeing as an option for the optical zoom, and it'll look crystal clear for you still. Makes it a little too bright, I think. Let's see. Also, if I try to focus it, it'll automatically zoom in. Because I've got focus assist on. There's a raccoon walking into the street here. Sorry, messing with things. Oh. Is the speed because the Earth is moving or the moon is moving? Well, it's the only one that matters is that the moon is moving. The Earth and the moon are moving together, but the moon is then rotating around the Earth, so... is a wind up. Yeah, I wish it would wind up and power my camera. That'd be great. Yeah, it turns out that it actually does move. Yeah. They weren't lying to you. So. I don't know how much more mosquito biting I can take. So, I'm probably going to end soon. I mean, the neighbor's still mowing his lawn. And I feel like if I leave, I'll miss the dramatic ending. But, this is cool. This is fun. Maybe we'll do some more moon streams when the moon is a little fuller. And maybe a little clearer, because you can't really tell, but it's actually kind of cloudy. So that image is a little bit blurry. When I was zooming in, you could kind of see the haze effect on the craters on the edge. But, you know, just popping it up there to see what happens. Sometimes you can see bats and stuff fly in front of the moon, which I think is fun. Or birds will sometimes photobomb the moon, and sometimes planes. You get right where they're in between you and the moon. So, kind of cool. We could do some stars. I can see Jupiter and Saturn with my actual camera, as you might expect, given the magnification of the moon right now. Oh yeah, I've got pictures of it on. I don't. It's not up right now, and in fact, I don't even see any of the stars yet. The moon's still. It's still like the sky's kind of still bluish. It's just dark, but it's not completely black. No, my camera is a Olympus OMD EM1 Mark III. It's a mirrorless. So the and the lens that's on there right now is the 100 to 400, not the Pro, which costs $7,000. I don't have $7,000 for a lens, but yeah, this is a 2x teleconverter on a 400 millimeter mirrorless, which is equivalent to 1600 millimeters. So we're looking at 1600 millimeter image, and then the optical zoom that I can put on there is, like I said, 14 times. Or I can just put a double optical zoom from the sensor directly. But I like to use the zoom to help me focus. So good idea, Commander Shafard. Did we get a bat photobomb? Did we get one fly over? That'd be pretty cool. I thought I saw something in front of it when I looked up one time. So, okay. Well, before the camera dies and before I just turn into a giant mosquito bite, I want to say thanks everybody for hanging out. It's a short little stream, and I wasn't planning on doing much more, but we can take you and send you somewhere, as is tradition for Twitch, and let's send you someplace cool. So I'm gonna go with P-Chops, who is doing some sort of crazy art thing, which I've never seen him do art, so we'll give him a look. Oh, this is interesting. It's got his normal purple chickens. Okay. Right before I talked about the bats. Well, I've got good timing. That's my, I was a bass player back when I played in a band. A long time ago. Let's give P-Chops a raid with our 30 people. Whoever wants to come along, that's great. P-Chops is a pretty cool streamer that follows us, and we've been friends with P-Chops for a really long time. And they've got purple chickens, so you probably just want to hang out for the purple chickens, if nothing else. And thanks to everybody for hanging out with me in my front yard for a little bit here, looking at the moon. It was fun. And now I don't have to threaten to do this anymore. I just did it. So there's that. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm going to send you off now. Good night. And maybe we'll catch you sometime later.